The Los Angeles Dodgers were hit with stunning news following their devastating loss to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Mookie Betts was suddenly pulled from the starting lineup and benched in a decision that sent shockwaves through the entire Dodgers organization. But what made this situation even more explosive was the reason behind it. Sources close to the team revealed that a serious clash between Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts had erupted behind closed doors, threatening to tear apart the chemistry of one of baseball's most celebrated rosters. Was this the beginning of a serious rift inside the Dodgers clubhouse? Would Betts be able to return to the lineup? And most importantly, what exactly happened between two of the most respected names in the sport? When the Dodgers' starting lineup was announced ahead of their next scheduled game, reporters and fans were completely blindsided to see that Mookie Betts, one of the team's most consistent and reliable performers, was nowhere to be found on the list. The news spread like wildfire not only through the media but also throughout the Dodgers' own clubhouse. Players exchanged confused glances. Staff members whispered in the hallways. Nobody seemed to have a clear explanation for what was going on. The atmosphere inside the stadium felt unusually tense, a sharp contrast to the normally confident and energetic environment that defines the Dodgers' dugout. Many reporters immediately feared the worst. Was Betts dealing with an injury? Had something serious happened to him physically? Others began pointing toward the Diamondbacks' loss, which had been a painful and frustrating defeat for the entire team. The Dodgers had entered that game with high expectations and left with their heads down. Tensions were already running high after that result. And now, with Betts suddenly absent from the lineup, people could not help but feel that something far deeper and more serious was happening beneath the surface. All eyes turned to manager Dave Roberts, who was expected to step forward and provide a clear and honest explanation for this surprising and deeply concerning decision. The media gathered around him with an intensity that reflected just how alarmed everyone had become. Roberts stood before the press with a calm but noticeably measured expression, choosing his words very carefully as he began to address the situation that had consumed the entire baseball world overnight. Roberts confirmed what many had already begun to suspect. He revealed that following the loss to the Diamondbacks, a heated exchange had taken place inside the clubhouse between Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts. According to Roberts, the conversation began as a discussion about the team's performance during the game but quickly escalated into something far more intense and personal. Roberts said that both players are fierce competitors who care deeply about winning, and that passion sometimes spills over in ways that nobody plans for. He emphasized that the decision to bench Betts was not made lightly and was ultimately about giving the situation time to settle before it affected the team's performance on the field. Roberts said he received an urgent message from senior team staff late that evening alerting him that the situation inside the clubhouse had reached a level that required immediate attention. By the time Roberts arrived to address things personally, the exchange between Ohtani and Betts had already ended, but the tension it had left behind was still very much present in the room. Roberts made it clear that he spoke individually with both players before making his final decision about the lineup. He said that the well-being of the team as a whole had to come first, and that sometimes the hardest decisions are also the most necessary ones. Freddie Freeman, who was present in the clubhouse when the clash occurred, spoke to reporters and admitted that the moment caught him completely off guard. Freeman said that in all his years of professional baseball, he had rarely witnessed two teammates of that caliber have such a direct and emotional confrontation. He said the room went very quiet when the exchange between Ohtani and Betts reached its peak. Everyone in the clubhouse felt it. Freeman described it as one of those rare moments where the weight of competition and pressure collides with the personal pride that every elite athlete carries inside them. Freeman added that both Ohtani and Betts are the kind of players who hold themselves to the absolute highest standard. He said that when things go wrong on the field, both of them take it personally and feel a deep sense of responsibility toward the team. Freeman believes that the clash, while difficult to witness, came from a place of genuine passion and desire to win. He also made it clear that nobody in the clubhouse blamed either player and that the team's support for both of them remained completely solid and unshaken. Sources inside the Dodgers organization revealed that the clash was triggered by a specific moment during the Diamondbacks game that had gone badly wrong. According to those sources, a critical play in the late innings had created friction between the two stars, with both holding strong and differing opinions about how the situation should have been handled. After the final out was recorded and the team returned to the clubhouse, those frustrations finally boiled over in a conversation that neither player had planned for but neither could hold back any longer. Witnesses described Ohtani as visibly frustrated in a way that was unusual for the Japanese superstar, who is widely known for his calm and composed demeanor both on and off the field. Those close to the team said that losing to the Diamondbacks in the manner that the Dodgers did had hit Ohtani particularly hard. He had prepared intensely for that game and felt that the result did not reflect the level of effort and preparation the team had put in. When Betts expressed his own perspective on what had gone wrong, the two views collided sharply, and the tension that had been quietly building since the final out finally erupted into the open. Betts, for his part, was said to have been equally frustrated and equally passionate in expressing his point of view. People who were present described him as speaking with great intensity and emotion, making it clear that he too carries the weight of every single loss deeply. Those who know Betts well say that his fire and competitive spirit are among the qualities that make him one of the greatest players in the game. But on this particular night, that same fire had led to a confrontation that nobody inside the Dodgers organization had seen coming. After spending the day away from the field, Betts reportedly met with manager Dave Roberts in a private session that lasted well over an hour. Sources say the conversation was direct, honest, and ultimately productive. Roberts was said to have listened carefully to Betts, acknowledged his feelings, and made it clear that his place on this team was never in question. By the end of that meeting, the atmosphere between the two had noticeably improved, and there was a sense that the worst of the storm had passed. Shortly after that meeting concluded, word reached the clubhouse that Ohtani had personally reached out to Betts. According to teammates who were informed about the exchange, Ohtani expressed his respect for Betts and made it clear that the clash had not changed anything about the bond and trust they had built over their time together as Dodgers. Those close to both players described the moment as a genuine and powerful gesture that immediately began to heal the tension that had gripped the entire team since the night of the Diamondbacks' loss. When the players gathered for the next day's session, the mood inside the clubhouse had shifted noticeably. Several players described the atmosphere as more focused and more united than it had been in recent days. Freeman said that seeing Ohtani and Betts interact with mutual respect and professionalism sent a clear message to every single person in that room. He said it reminded the whole team why these two men are leaders, not just because of what they do on the field, but because of how they carry themselves when things get hard. Manager Dave Roberts closed his press conference with a message that summed up the situation with characteristic calm and clarity. He said that great teams are not built in easy moments. They are built in difficult ones. He said the Dodgers had faced a difficult moment and had handled it with the kind of character and maturity that defines a true championship organization. Roberts confirmed that Betts would be returning to the starting lineup and that the team was fully united and focused on the road ahead. The Dodgers had faced a storm. And just like every great team before them, they had walked through it together. Thank you for watching. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting and up-to-date Dodgers coverage.